Everybody knows when you find yourself incarcerated that you're going to find yourself getting in the fights. That's common. That's what comes with prison. But not every situation you find yourself in are you going to be lucky to get you a one-on-one. You might find yourself getting jumped, depending on who you are, where you land at, and the type of individuals that are locked up around you. For this video here, I'm going to be talking about an inmate that got revenge on some inmates that had jumped him prior to how it went down. So let's get into it.
Same time of the week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here. Cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck. Swear to God, I'll wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut, break bread with dogs. Putting on for Eastside, Davey, this K-Fraud, it's a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tunch you get as a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, on care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip. Getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K-Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I got another story for y'all, man, about the chain gang. If this your first time tuning in, my name's K-Frog, and a lot of things that I talk about, damn near 90% of the time over here, have to do with jail or prison. I want people to know what it's really like in there and the type of situations that I seen take place, just so that way it could kind of like soup you up a little bit and let you, have your eyes open and understand more and be prepared, if you find yourself on the other side of that gate. All right, now for this situation, I'm gonna be talking about an inmate that finally got his revenge on some inmates that jumped him. All right, now I'm gonna let y'all know how it all went down, and I'm gonna let y'all, put y'all's input in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If he was right, if he was wrong, which, of course, him getting jumped prior to that, we should already know he wasn't wrong. That's my opinion. All right, now it's crazy because I had a homeboy, and my homeboy, he ended up getting into a fight, right? Now, when he got himself into a fight, he got him a one-on-one at this particular moment, but afterwards, a lot of people had him on their radar, okay? Like once you start getting in the fights, you might get you a single, one-on-one over here and then a one-on-one over here, but word travels, and before you know it, people on the other side of the compound or people that are in the dorm that you don't even know are gonna know who you are just from hearing about you getting in a fight. Just like when you hear about professionals, getting in the fights. You don't know who they are until they start winning. You hear their names eventually. That's how it goes inside of prison, okay? Now, my homeboy, I wasn't at the institution yet when he ended up getting jumped, so I wasn't there for that part, but I was there when he got his retaliation. And I didn't even know there was a retaliation, okay? So the way it went down was there was 2 inmates hanging out inside of a cell. They were in there whipping up a goulash or something, chopping it up, talking and vibing. And a homeboy of mine, ran up in their cell and stabbed one of them and shut the door. Like he got up in there, started an argument, stabbed one in the middle of the whole argument, and then shut the door. So the guards, when the guards came there, they literally seen an inmate inside of the cell stabbed and another inmate that wasn't stabbed. So you got one of them saying, I ain't do it. You got the other one saying he didn't do it. Next thing you know, what do? They take them 2 inmates and they put one in the infirmary. They put the other one under investigation. Right? Because due to that dude being locked in the cell with that person who was stabbed, and it wasn't his cell that he was in, the dude that they thought stabbed him, off rip, they're gonna assume he did it. Because how are you behind the door in here, locked in here with an inmate that just got stabbed? Obviously, you're the only person in here, so it had to be you. So when this all happened, and we heard about such and such getting stabbed by such and such, everybody was like, what? They're like homeboys, but due to the fact that that was the word that was going around, it was kind of like, well, damn, once you hear they were locked in the cell together, everybody thought, well, them boys obviously got into something that major if he stabbed his own homeboy. You feel me? So after a few weeks go by and stuff like that, the truth comes out. It was actually a homeboy of mine and my other dogs that actually participated in that. He caught them both in there slipping, and he stabbed one and locked the door on him, right? So I'm thinking, like, what the hell was the point of all that? what, you got into it with them boys or something? And he was telling me, he was like, nah, Frog. He was like, about 8 months ago, you know, this was before you was even here, dog. They jumped me, dog. And I said, what? He was like, yeah, them boys jumped me, dog. He's like, they got the best of me at one point. So I laid on them and I waited, dog. And this was the perfect time to get my revenge on their ass. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, what y'all boys get into it for? And it was the stupidest situation ever. What it was is, at the time, my dog was asked by the guards to hand out, you know, toilet paper rolls. And at that time, you know, they didn't have like a person that they would always pick. They would just pick someone. You're handing out supplies. You're handing out supplies. You know, they give y'all either it's going to be the 1st or the 15th or the 15th and the 30th. That's when they usually give everybody their toilet paper roll, their state issue soap and stuff like that. Now, where the beef came in is, and I've seen this happen multiple times, you know, for the most part, is the guards wanted every single roll of toilet papers, you know, the when you see, you know, single rolls sold, they got that paper wrap around them. The guards wanted all that taken off. They didn't want him giving that to inmates because that's what inmates use to smoke. You feel me? So my dog was like, you know, giving them to his homeboys still. He was like picking and choosing who to give them to. You feel me? And I've actually got into it with a dude before that was trying to buck them all, you know, and then sell them, you know. That was a different story though. But he was like giving his dogs that because, you know, his dogs are going to smoke. So these two dudes felt some type of way that you would like give it to them and not them. You feel me? So they ended up jumping him. This was before I even got there. Over that petty ass little situation. And he laid on him for a while to get his revenge. Now, the crazy part is I was like, what the hell even made you want to, you know, what made you just all of a sudden out of nowhere feel like this was the perfect time to get him? And he was like, because I got them boys for a cell phone. So I was like, yeah? He was like, hell yeah, I heard them boys just got a new phone. He's like, I heard they got a phone. So as soon as they, you know, I knew they were going to be in there. Once they were in the cell together, I knew the phone was going to be out. You feel me? Once one was hanging out in another one's cell, I knew they was in there cooking a goulash, you know, hanging out, talking, like talking the shit. Got a phone just sitting in there. So I ran in there with the banger, told them, get that shit up. And when they gave me the knife, I stabbed one of them and closed the door on them. And I was like, for real? He was like, hell yeah. You want to see the phone? Pulls the phone out, shows me the phone. I'm like, damn, that boy got a skateboard. You feel me? That's because not everybody had where you can swipe, you know, like a touch screen. You feel me? And he was like, hell yeah, I got them boys. Now, it's crazy because when you think about it, it's like at the end of the day, them two dudes, they messed up in the first place because you jumped somebody, man. You know, what made you let him stay on the compound? You feel me? They should have got my homeboy off the compound right as they jumped him. They should have made him check in. They should have, if he didn't want to, you know, voluntarily check in, they should have airlifted him. They should have did it to where there is no get backs. That's why you got to be careful when you find yourself in situations in prison. You never know if someone's truly, you know, over the beef and y'all are good, or if they're just laying on you till the time is right. Now, for him to wait 8 months, you know, and then finally get his get backs just showed. You know how many times you've seen them within 8 months? How many times you walk by them, see them in the canteen line, and, you know, probably said stuff to each other or probably got mutual friends. You know, there's no way to avoid somebody. You know, it isn't like on the streets you can just stay away from somebody for a while. In prison, y'all are gonna walk into each other, bump heads, whether it's you see each other on the rec yard, in the chow hall line, in the canteen line, in the barbershop getting your hair cut, in the school building, in classification, in medical. You know, there's so many different places. The chaplain, you know, anywhere you go, you're going to end up seeing the same people that jumped you. So he wasn't wrong for getting his revenge. You feel me? And I guess, you know, a lot of people probably would have got their revenge right away. You know, like if you get jumped Monday, your ass probably trying to get revenge by Wednesday or Thursday. You know what I'm saying? But I think he did it the smart approach. You know, a lot of people that knew he got jumped back then probably thought he was soft. Probably thought, you know, he let that shit go. You feel me? They got over on him. They beat his ass or whatever it was. And they probably never expected that he was going to get his get backs. So that's like the greatest revenge possible, if you think about it. Someone that doesn't know you're coming and you catch them by surprise and you come up during the situation on a brand new phone, got to stab one of them, and his homeboy got you know, in trouble for it, had to take the blame. Because when they put you under investigation, you know, for stabbings and stuff like that, of course, you're going to say it wasn't you. Anybody in their right frame of mind is going to say it wasn't them. And even if it wasn't you, or if it was you, and you're just saying it wasn't, them guards don't give a damn. They're putting your ass under investigation. You feel me? And the person who got stabbed saying it wasn't him, it was another, it wasn't him. They think he just don't want to look like a snitch. Now that they got the guy that did it. So they think they're just trying to free the person who did it, so that way they don't look like a snitch and get stabbed again anywhere else they go. So they're not going to believe you when you say it wasn't him, it was him. Like it would on the streets. If you tell a cop he didn't do it, he did it. All right, turn around, cuff up, you're under arrest. No, it doesn't work like that in prison. You feel me? So he kind of like got the hurt one and got the other one, you know, written up for it. They both ended up getting transferred. The one that got stabbed up, he went to the infirmary. He got up out of there. The one that got up under investigation, he got transferred. And my dog came up on a phone. You feel me? So it was like the best get backs. He like waited and was like, you know, never forgot. You know, you might let shit slide, you know, but never forget it. You feel me? And he just waited and he just felt like it was the perfect timing. And now you're hearing from someone, because you know word travels, you're hearing from someone that the same people that jumped you, one of them got a phone. So it was like, damn, right now is the perfect timing. And I thought it was a good revenge situation. So when I heard that, I was like, damn, dog, you did some like, that was some like chess, not checkers shit. You feel me? And he was like, yeah, dog. He's like, because that's how you got to do it. You feel me? They was expecting him to retaliate them first for a couple days. Everybody does. As soon as you get in an argument with somebody, if you get the best of them, or if they just walk away from the situation too simple, too like, all right, yeah, bro, it is, bro, we good, and walk off, you're going to, in your mind, think, boy, they trying to double back. You know, so after that many months went by, you know, and they been doing shit, been trying other people, probably jumped other people since then, they never once suspected that my dog was going to do that. And that was the perfect way for him to come up. You feel me? And that's why it's very important when you find yourself in the beef or a situation inside a prison, you deal with it. You understand? You can't half-ass deal with it. Yeah, they jumped him, but that was half-ass dealing with it. You understand? They should have got him from around there, you know? And to be real with you, depending on what institution you're at, depends on the price of cell phones. The institution I was at the time, that shit went for $650. So think of it. That boy got to stab someone that jumped him, came up on $650, and the other person that jumped him that he didn't stab ended up having to take the fall, or at least get put in confinement, sit under investigation, and get shipped to a whole nother institution. Feel me? That's an awesome way of revenge. You know, now, the crazy thing is, they did come looking for my dog, though, the guards, because both of them boys started snitching on him, trying to say it wasn't me, it was such and such. And then, yeah, it wasn't him that stabbed me, that's my dog, it was such and such. So when the police came to try to question my dog, it was hot in the dorm at the time. So we had to have like phones hidden in different places, you know, and make sure we kept our eyes on the windows to see when the guards come down the walk, because they wanted to question him. He's like, I don't know who them are, I don't know who they are. I never spoke to them before or anything like that. See, nowadays, it's harder to get away with these type of things because they have cameras in certain prisons, you know. When I first went to prison, my first 2.5 years, there was no cameras, you feel me? And it showed me how cutthroat things can really get and how severe, you know, situations can end up turning, you feel me? Now, them same two dudes, the one that got stabbed and the one that got blamed for it, wherever they went, they didn't have each other no more. You feel me? And that was one of the main things my dog was saying. He said, he's like, I hate to break it to him, Frog. Had to break up their little party. That's all he kept saying. Had to break up their little party. So it was like, regardless, by the trouble happening and one getting hurt and one getting blamed for it, it separated them. So now wherever they went, 9 times out of 10, they weren't acting the same way. You feel me? Because they don't have each other now. You know, so now they're there, they probably got to meet someone else to try to rock with and try to act cool with, or go there and see that whatever they were used to doing in one place for so long with their homeboy, they can't do now because they're over here and there's already people clicked up. You see, that's what made it to where it was like a win-win-win-win-win for my homeboy, you feel me? And my dog had the phone, I'd say 11 months, about maybe a year. He had that phone the whole time. The whole time he used to rent it out to people in the dorm. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. People would get that phone and they would pay him to use it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just awesome, cool story that stuck with me because he didn't have nothing. And that it was like how he started, how he powered up, and how he ended up, becoming from, it's like going from poverty to rich, basically. He had to do that. He had to stab someone and rob someone in the same thing, in the same part, to where you think, how do you stab someone and rob them for their phone and their friends don't come, try to take the phone from you? Or someone else that knows you did that come after you. A lot of people must have not liked these individuals, you know what I'm saying? And the only backup they had from snaking each other, was each other, because they would snake everybody and they'd ride with each other. These two dudes were known for getting over on everybody and taking advantage of everybody, because two's more than one. You see, so now that you got both of them up out of the way, you ain't got to worry about nobody doubling the back for the phone. And the funny thing about the whole thing is, nobody would even really know where the phone came from. You see? So now they're streaming from, confinement, talking about, oh, phone this, phone that, phone this, phone that. And really, they don't know if the guards, got the phone. But they did know that he came and made them give the phone up. So they're thinking at the end of the day, damn, he got us, They don't want to tell people they got robbed, you feel me, and stabbed. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to look soft. So they're not really spreading the word. They're not saying that the dude made us give up a phone and then stabbed us, because then everyone is going to be like, oh, y'all soft as that. Y'all want us to go and try to collect a phone from someone that you gave it up to. It isn't like they stole it or anything, you feel me? So that's why it was like a crazy situation. And like I said, by the time I met him, he had already been jumped. And I was like, damn, that's just crazy how you... And he's like, yeah, I laid on them boys, broke up their party, bro. That's what you got to do sometimes, bro. Sometimes, I don't be wanting to get in the shit. I don't want to be getting into trouble. But they jumped me, dog. You think I'm supposed to just let that shit go forever? He's like, man, I'm down bad, dog. I'm on my dick. Ain't got no money, bro. No nothing, bro. I got to make something shake. And then I find out one of the dudes that jumped me just got a brand new $650 phone on the pound. And he's like, I knew the only way that I could get away from the situation is if I got them both in the room at the same time and locked them in there after I hurt one of them, because the guards ain't going to want to hear it. And then, like I said, the one who got, under investigation for it didn't live in that cell. See, it would be different if they were bunkies, because then they'd be like, what are you doing in this? Oh, y'all live in the cell. Man, someone just came in here and stabbed him and closed me in here. Okay, but you don't live in that cell. You're locked in that cell with a guy that's stabbed. They're going to off rip feel like, bro, Invisible Man ain't over here. You know what I'm saying? They're going to off rip. And no matter what it is, people go to confinement all the time for shit they didn't do. And at the end of the day, the guards don't care. They're just going to throw you back there. And then that's what ended up happening. You feel me? So I wanted to come on here and share that with y'all. I wanted to get y'all's input about it. Do y'all think that was a good thing he did? Or do you think he should have retaliated from the get-go? I know a lot of people might think, nah, bro, they jumped me, bro. I'm finna get their ass that same night. Ain't nobody going to sleep. That's what a lot of people will say. But you got to literally be in that situation, to understand. You feel me? You look at it. You're in a prison. Say there's 1,500 inmates. You get jumped by 2 of them. Nobody else jumped in or nobody helped you when you got jumped. So that would show, don't nobody fuck with you like that. You don't have backup. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if 2 of them can harm you and nobody back you up, when you just needed one other person to have your back. If 2 of them can harm you and nobody do nothing about it, now who's to say that 5 more don't, jump on that side with the other 2? Now you got 7 people on you, you see? So it kind of makes you to where you gotta put your pride to the side and you gotta play it smart. And the best way he did it, man, he was able to come up off of the revenge. That's why I thought it was fire story to give to y'all, because at the end of the day, you got people that retaliate right away. I've seen people get cut with razor blades, going to chow, and then sneak back to the dorm so the guards don't see them. And then when next chow comes around, they try to retaliate and cut the guy who cut them. Like, they think that dude checked in because they cut him, and really, no, he didn't. He's in the dorm bandaging himself up, and now before he gets caught, seen with the cuts and shit like that, he's, getting ready to come retaliate on you by next feeding time. That's how it goes in prison normally, you see? They'll think, oh, once I cut him, he ran. That boy went to check in. I cut him. He's fucked. Really, you don't know that boy went and bandaged himself up, and now he's going to try to make it past the guards without getting seen cut. You know, guard be standing on this side. When you walk by, have your head turned like this, you won't even know he's got his cut bandaged up just to make it the chow, so that way he could try to cut you now. But you think, oh, he checked in, I cut him, so I know he ain't on the pound no more. Really, you know what I'm saying? People retaliate right then and there for absolutely nothing but the revenge. You see, my dog waited for a minute, a hot minute, bro. Like, you think about it, like, that was like meant to happen, because for two dudes to jump you and then both still be there 8-9 months later, you know, people get transferred every week. You know, people, the whole compounds go to flipping. People go to the box, get out, get shipped, come back, go. Like, so much can happen within 30 days that for them both to still be there, still to be hanging out like this, to get a phone and be hanging out, you know, like all the time, like, that's, you know, a blessing for him to actually, you know, two birds with one stone, though. You feel me? And I feel like him retaliating it, he did it the right way. You know, yeah, people looked at him like he was soft at first, you know, for letting it slide. But, you know, he wanted to got shit out of it, but getting shipped. The only way he could have retaliated earlier before is if he got caught. Like, if he just said to hell with it and crashed them. You know, caught the ass slipping, ran up on him in front of the guards or whatever it was. And that's normally what a lot of people do. They put a little check-in stunts, you know, but he did it the right way, man, and nobody suspected it at all. You feel me? But, you know, it's just crazy because you never ever can trust somebody to still be there that you actually got into it with, if it's that deep of a situation. Now, if you and somebody just getting a one-on-one little scuffle real quick, and you know that shit's a dead situation, y'all dap it up and go your separate ways, that shit can die down. But jumping someone, you know, how can you respect that? If somebody jumps you, you know, how can you respect that? You know, you're going to be like, man, I don't fuck with them, bro. No matter how cool you play it with, you know, you always think in your mind, like, I can't whoop bruh because bruh going to try to jump on me. Or, you know, I can't, you know I'm not going to get the head up. They jumped me before. You feel me? But you will never respect them for jumping you. That's something that would, like, build up inside and have it to where, like, I can't wait to get my get backs. And this was, like, the perfect way for him to get the get backs. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to come on here and let y'all hear it. I want y'all to tell me if y'all have ever seen somebody get their revenge on something with individuals that jumped them. Okay, of course, people get the revenge, like I said, when they've been cut or got beat up badly. But I'm talking about, have you seen an inmate get jumped and then the inmate, you know, double back and get his ups on the same inmates that jumped him? That's what I want y'all to put in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about it. Would y'all have done what he did, or would y'all have crashed out off rip for being jumped? And do y'all think he was right? I think he was right. You know, a couple people on the compound, like the peacemakers and shit, that at the time they felt like he was wrong, you know, because you robbed them boys and then you stabbed one of them and the other one's taking the blame. But at the end of the day, they jumped him. So all that caring about this and that shit's out the window. They didn't care about none of that when they jumped him over not giving them some damn toilet tissue paper. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So I feel like he was right, you know what I'm saying? And him waiting it out was the icing on the cake. He made it so it was perfect to where it was like, it was worth the revenge. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today, man. Y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If them boys jumped you, would you retaliate straight ahead? Or would you try to wait it out and then, you know, or would y'all just say to hell with it? We're all going where y'all getting shipped tonight. Drop it in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rat squares, clouds, chomos, pedos, gunners, wanna be island boys, and clock chasers out your circle, man. Until next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal.